Welcome back. This is the second video on my short series involving the documents used in initiating a lawsuit. The picture you're looking at is of my dog Rex. Rex is an Anatolian Shepherd and has absolutely nothing to do with this video series. He's just a great dog. My name is Jim Boyle. I am the principal lawyer in the Boyle Law Firm. If you want to learn more about me or about my law firm, you can go to jamesfboyle.com, my website, and take a look at it. I practice mainly in North Texas, that is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. However, I also travel around the state and have numerous lawsuits in different areas of the state. As I mentioned, and if you've watched the first video, you know that this is a short video series to educate those of you interested on the documents involved in initiating a lawsuit. So if you're sitting at home and the constable knocks on your door and hands you a stack of papers and tells you that you've been sued, if you watch this video series, you should be able to look at those documents and have a little bit more understanding of what those documents say and mean. As I indicated in the last video, we're going to examine two documents. The first document that we've looked at is the plaintiff's original petition. We are going to continue along with the plaintiff's original petition. After that, in the third and last video, we will take a look at what is called the citation. The last time we looked at the style of the case. That is, we looked at the information contained on the top of the petition and went through it, and we discussed what each of these particular things mean and what the information that you can understand from looking at each of these particular items in the style. The next thing you're going to see is the style of the name of the document. In this case, it's a plaintiff's original petition. So that tells you that this is the document that has initiated this lawsuit. If you're served with one of these, it might also say something else. It might say something like plaintiff's first amended original petition. That tells you that there has been an earlier petition filed, and that earlier petition has been amended in some way. So you might want to take a look at that earlier document or have your lawyer take a look at it and see what that earlier document actually says. And this could say anything. It could say plaintiff's second amended original petition, plaintiff's third amended original petition. In other jurisdictions, it might be called something else. In federal court, it's a complaint. The next thing you're going to see, and these might not necessarily be in the exact order. There's no rule that says it has to be in this particular order. The next thing you're going to see is the discovery level. In Texas, the discovery level is governed by the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 190. Somewhere in the petition, the plaintiff is going to allege that the case is going to be conducted under Level 1, under Level 2, or under Level 3 of the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure. And what that tells you, or what that tells your lawyer, is which discovery rules apply to this case. And that's a little bit beyond the scope of this video, and so we're not going to get into the actual discovery rules. In a later video concerning the anatomy of a lawsuit, we'll talk a little bit about the different discovery techniques. The next thing in a petition is going to be an allegation or a paragraph concerning the parties, who the parties are, and how they can be served. Usually you're going to see a little bit more information about the plaintiff or identifying the plaintiff. And then after that, you're going to see a paragraph or a series of paragraphs stating who the defendant is or who the defendants are and how they can be served with the petition. In this particular case, this is a collections case. It involves a corporation that purchased goods and didn't pay for them. And so in this case, it identifies the defendant as a Texas corporation. And in Texas, you serve the corporations, you serve them through their registered agents. And so the allegation here would be to identify the defendant, to tell the court or the constable that you can serve the defendant by serving his registered agent. The name would go here. Then the address of the registered agent would go here. If there's more than one defendant in a lawsuit, they will be listed here in this paragraph, and their names and how they can be served. The next thing that you're going to see is usually a recitation of the facts. What are the facts that make up, that support this lawsuit? In this case, the example that I'm showing you, I said it's a collection case. So the case is a breach of contract case. We had a contract. I agreed to sell you goods. You agreed to pay for them. I sold you the goods. You didn't pay for them. And therefore, I've been damaged. Those are essentially the allegations in this case. Depending upon what type of case it is, the facts could be anything. It could be a fraud case. It could be a personal injury case. There are countless causes of actions that can be brought, and what all of these petitions have in common is that at some point in the petition, those facts are going to be set out. In my petitions, I always identify the paragraph setting out the facts like this: facts, here it is. And so anybody looking at will know, here are the facts of the case. In this particular example, the damages are also set out. In other words, you bounced a couple checks, or I sold you goods valued at this much, you didn't pay for it, and I've left those blank. After the factual recitations, you are usually going to see some paragraphs setting out the different causes of action. As I indicated, this is a breach of contract case. Anybody looking at this petition can tell, or looking at this section, breach of contract is being alleged. And again, depending upon what the facts are, this could be fraud, it could be personal injury, it could be any number of things. There can be, and there usually are, more than one cause of action in a case. In other words, in this particular case, the plaintiff alleges breach of contract. The plaintiff also alleges a cause of action called quantum meruit. The plaintiff also alleges a cause of action for money had and received. These are all different causes of action that are set out. And usually when a plaintiff brings a lawsuit, the plaintiff sets out or brings forth all of his different causes of action. I'm running out of time now, so I'm going to wrap it up. Another portion of the petition that you see very commonly is a portion that asks for attorney's fees and court costs. That's what's set out here. Finally, usually the final thing that you see is a prayer for relief where it's all summed up. See you next time.